name is Fritz.
Hi, Fritz.
And yeah.
Nice to meet you, Fritz.
Nice to meet you too. And actually, before we start, let's pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you once again for bringing us here. We invite your holy presence to be with us, your Holy Spirit, as we close the Sabbath. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Amen.
All right, so I'm going to hand these out. Here, here's one for you. You know what? There's one for you, Brian.
Wow. Expensive.
I've never used one of these. I don't know what to do.
You have it?
Really?
Why do you know?
I don't want
All right. So tonight, I want to talk about the parable of the pencil. The parable of the pencil, you won't find it in the Bible, but it's in the internet. So, a little bit of history about the pencil. Did you know that modern pencils owe it to the ancient Roman writing instrument called stylus? You know those things that you pop out like from your phone or like your tablets, those little things that you use to. That's actually, it's called stylus, and that's where that was the writing utensil that the Romans used in the beginning, right? And scribes used this thin metal rod to leave a light but readable mark on papyrus, which was paper. Papyrus.
Not the fire.
Other early styluses were made out of lead, which is still what we call pencil cores, even today. Even though we actually don't use lead anymore, we use graphite, non-toxic graphite. And but the history doesn't stop there. Graphite came into widespread use following the discovery of a large graphite deposit in England. Appreciated for leaving a darker mark than lead, the mineral proved so soft and brittle that it required a holder. Originally, graphite sticks were wrapped in a string. The graphite was inserted into a hollow, or it was inserted into a hollow wooden stick, and there the pencil was. A little fun fact about the pencil: an average pencil can actually draw a line 35 miles. If you convert that to kilometers, that would be 56.32 kilometers, which is about from Toronto all the way to Oshawa. So if you start writing 401,
You tested that too, right?
yeah, you'd be able to finish the whole pencil all the way to Oshawa. And did you know that the color of the pencil originated in China?
Of course.
Pencils have been painted yellow ever since the 1890s. And the bright yellow color isn't just for you to find it easily on your desk. During the 1800s, the best graphite in the world came from China. American pencil makers wanted a special way to tell people that their pencils contained Chinese graphite. In China, the color yellow is associated with royalty and respect. The American pencil manufacturers began painting their pencils bright yellow to communicate this regal feeling and association with China. However, actually, never mind.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's color yellow. Next slide, please. So I want to get into how a pencil is made. So at the pencil factory, a pencil stock is cut into a pencil block, a bit longer than the normal length of a pencil, the small amount of extra length is called the trim allowance. That bears importance later on in the process. Second step. The pencil blocks are cut into pencil slats. Using specially designed circular saws, these saws are very thin in order to reduce the amount of waste in the form of sawdust. Due to the natural grain and defect characteristics of the wood, slats are sorted by width and grade for further processing. Slats without defects are called full ply. Some slats are cut to smaller widths or shorter lengths to eliminate the defects and to produce a variety of usable grades and plies of pencil slats. And then on the third step, the pencil slats are treated with wax and stained to obtain uniform color and improve the machining and sharpening characteristics of the wood for future processing. The slats pass through a final inspection process and packaged and shipped to the pencil factories all over the world. At the pencil factory, a groove machine, which is the fourth step, cuts grooves into the slats, if you can see that right there, to accept the writing core, or the lead that we say. Writing cores made from a mixture of graphite and clay, which is the thing that writes, are placed into the grooves. Coloring pencils may use wax-based cores, while many other formulations are used in cosmetic. So like, I don't know, like honey or whatever you put on your face. A second groove slat is glued onto the first, making a sandwich by a machine called lead layer. The sandwiches are then clamped and held together tightly while the glue dries. And on the seventh step, once the glue dries, the sandwiches are transferred to a shaper and are first trimmed to ensure that the sandwich is square and that all pencils will be the proper length. Then the sandwich is machined into the pencil shapes such as hexagonal, round, or triangular, or other shapes. Number 8.
Way to go, Vanna.
Individual pencils cut from the sandwich are ready to further processing. Any pencils with defects, such as uncentered leads or chipped wood, are thrown away. The 9th step. Next, each pencil is painted in a machine receiving from 4 to 10 coats of lacquer, depending on the desired quality of the finish and the color. Then the 10th and the final step, on a tipping machine, an eraser, as you can see on your pencils, are wrapped in coil, and this coil, do you guys know what it's called? The thing that holds the pencil and the eraser? It's not
Glue.
It's not
Coil.
It's not the foil.
You
But
just
it's,
mentioned
Three angels message.
it's actually called ferrule.
Peru.
Ferrule.
It's French.
Is it the F? Peru? Not a P, eh?
Yes, it's ferrule.
PH.
It's Ferrule.
Overall.
Overall.
And so this metal part, or what they call it, ferrule, is clamped to hold the pencil and the eraser together.
It's a Peru.
Peru.
Peru. Yeah, it's
So now
French.
you know a new word.
I thought it's
Is
Chinese.
that L up here?
Yes.
Peru.
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 So what can we learn from the pencil? There's 5 things that we can learn from the pencil. First, we are able to do many great things, but only if we allow ourselves to be held in God's hand and let others benefit from the God-given gifts we possess. Second, we will continue to experience a painful sharpening from time to time by going through various challenges, but we need it to become a stronger and a better pencil or a better person. Number 3, we are able to correct any mistakes we might make through God's help with the eraser. 4th step, the most important part of us will always be what's on the inside. And last but not least, on every surface we walk through, we must leave our mark. No matter what the situation is, we must continue to discharge our duties faithfully. So brothers and sisters, I urge you to become like a pencil. We might only last for 56 kilometers or 35 miles, but all those miles and kilometers, as we go through them, we should leave a mark. And don't be afraid to make any mistakes, because we have an eraser. Or we have a God that can correct and that can...
He could erase us.
Also an important lesson. You can erase yourself anytime.
So I leave you with on that note.
You gotta clarify what you know about the eraser.
Oh my god.
Fritz wants to erase that comment.
So yeah, let's be a pencil. You might experience painful sharpening from time to time, but that sharpening will only better us and
To leave our mark.
to
Make
leave our
us
mark.
sharper.
That's right. And,
Amen.
Amen.
Thanks, Fritz.